Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Amelia Ramadhani. I'm from State University of Malang, Faculty of Math and Science, Biology Department. Today, I want to tell you my reason about why don't elephants get cancer. Of course, you would expect bigger animals with more cells and longer lives to get cancer more often, but the weird thing is they don't. This biological puzzle is called Peters paradox, and researchers are working on solving it. Like, we've learned that bigger, longer life animals have evolved better ways of dealing with cells that start to grow out of control. But we don't really know how they do it, except for elephants. Cancer has been very well studied for decades now, so we know that there basically, at least cancer biology, there's two different kinds of genes. There are genes called the oncogenes, and when they're mutated, they cause cancer. One way you can reduce your risk of developing cancer is to just get rid of these genes. But elephants have just as many as everybody else. That's not entirely unusual because these oncogenes play essential roles in animals' development. So it's probably the case that if you got rid of them, your development would be weird. So they're probably really conserved. You cannot mess with them. And there are genes that are called tumor suppressors, and their job is to suppress the formation of tumors. They did very well characterize about a few hundred of each kind. We found that for this one special kind of tumor suppressor, they had 20 copies called TP53, whereas every other animal that we looked at had one. Most animals, including us, have one copy. The gene makes the protein P53, which can help fix damaged DNA and even kill cells if the DNA is messed up beyond repair. So, because elephants have more of this protein, they have some extra protection of cancerous growth. Basically, the researchers noticed that elephants have extra copies of another gene called leukemia inhibitory factor, or LIF. The working extra copy in elephants only has the part that helps kill cells, which could help stop cancerous one from spreading. It's called LIF6. So, do these 20 copies in the elephants actually do something? Okay, 10 have signature that they do something, and then the remainder have signatures of these non-functional genes. They're called pseudogenes because they look like genes, but they're not really genes. Amazingly, these pseudogenes elephant can suddenly function again. In other words, these genes arise from death. This gene that then destroys the energy supply from diseased cells. LIF6 works by punching holes in mitochondria that function like power plants in cells and cause the diseased cells to die. The LIF6 gene is thought to have been active in elephants for millions of years. This gene seems to have also been in the body of the ancestor today's modern elephants, the hyrax. There are possible that the mechanism or cancer cells repulsion is also responsible for the size of the elephant. Because of this, researchers assume that they also need a very effective mechanism to suppress or remove tumor cells. The good thing for elephants is that their restored LIF6 gene evolved sequence that let it be controlled by P53. So, this cell-killing gene doesn't normally do much unless there's DNA damage. When that happens, good old P53 can swing into action, bind to the leaf 6 gene, and crank its expression way up. The leaf 6 protein will probably puncture the mitochondria, turning those cellular powerhouses into dead machines that release chemicals that trigger the demise of the damaged cells. The initial size of an elephant is very small because it has a lot of cells. The bad cells are removed, while the good cells will grow faster and become more much so that the size of the elephant is big now. So, thanks to this research, we now have an even better sense of how elephants come to be so big and relatively cancer-free. We still don't entirely know how other massive animals like whales or long-lived creatures like bats pull it off. But who knows? Maybe there are more zombie genes or other genetic tricks out there. Okay, that's all about my resume. I hope that can be useful for you, and thank you very much for watching this video. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.